Okay, so we're jumping into the new Switch games for this week. As usual, we're going in chronological order, releasing for the releases of the games. This is not all the games releasing this week. These are the games that I find are of important notice. So the games that have a higher potential, in my opinion, than the other games. Now, our first game that we're going to be looking at is Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream, which is releasing on October 1st, which is already right now because we are past midnight. The game is, however, going to be releasing on October 1st if you buy the deluxe or the epic version, or I can't remember what they call the super big version. I think it's the premium version, maybe. But honestly, they are crazily overpriced at $84.99 for the deluxe version and $99.99 for the premium version. If you wait till October 4th, however, so on Thursday, you can actually get the regular version for $59.99. I hate this. I hate early access. I find it's a antiquated concept. It's like, it's new, but yet it should already be considered antiquated concept that should disappear. Even at $60, I find that these games often are not necessarily worth it, but we're going to look at the trailer nonetheless. Now, I'm going to warn you before we watch the trailer, there's a high chance this one is going to have to be censored because Bandai Namco are very aggressive with their stuff. So we're going to try and watch the trailer, but it actually might get fully cut out if they claim it.
基本的に親切だよね。キリト君はこのメンバーが揃ってると圧勝だったね。届かなかったか。残念。よかったら一緒に学校行こうか。おはよう。助けて。忘れちゃってても違和感を覚えることはできるの？記憶や認識が変わる。私は副団長のアスナ。そのはずよね。痛い目に遭いたくなければおとなしく交際しなさい。もしかしてキリトたちは何か妙なことを体験した？そもそもあんたは死んだはずなんだ。ここではありえないことが。
Game's looking pretty good. Visually, these games are always looking good.
世界は僕によって統治されていなければならない。
I just want to say, I love the anime. We're going to talk about it after, but Sword Art Online is one of the game series in the animes that I loved, that I've had trouble getting into. I'll explain to you why after. We're going to finish the trailer first, though.
何をしてきたのか忘れたの？どうしたの？怖い顔？
僕はあなたに。
そうだ、そうだった。俺とあんたはかつてこうして戦った。
こんな精神状態のままで戦えるの？言葉を費やす間に行動に移してはどうなのです？みんな死んだ。すぐに私も殺される。まさかあの人たちを手にかけたのは私が全部片付けてやる。景気づけに一発言っとくかい？
息を合わせるぞスイッチ。
なあ、この世界で死んだ人間は一体どうなると思う
？Like, honestly, they should start selling these character passes and crap like that. $100 for the digital premium edition is too much. Okay, so basically, Sword Art Online, look, the game looks like high quality. The previous games were high quality. They were fun games to play. Two things. Pricing-wise, there is no way you can convince me that you should be paying $100 for one of these games, especially when you look at, like, you know, the Naruto games that fall to under $5 after a while. Like, okay, it takes a while for under $5, but these games go quickly on sale. So there's no way you can convince me to drop $100 on this game when it comes out. Even $60 feels expensive for this kind of game, although it is quality. I'll explain to you why, however, Sword Art Online is the one series. I love the anime, but I've always had trouble getting into the games because to me, Sword Art Online is an anime about an MMO. And when you make a game about it, you didn't make it an MMO. Like, to me, Sword Art Online had to be an MMO. To me, it's the only way I would have played a game about Sword Art Online and have it feel like the right game is if they would have just made an MMO about called Sword Art Online, and you play like as characters, not the title characters, but you play like characters in the world. To me, it's like I'm just playing the game and I'm playing a game about an anime about an MMO that's not an MMO. Like, I don't know if you understand what I mean. It's like I just couldn't join those two things together. But that's just me personally. Anyone who loved the games, you can love the games. I just was never able to connect with them because of that. Because I'm like, why isn't this an MMO? Fairy Tail I liked. Naruto I like playing through the games. The One Piece games are fun. But it's because all of these things were not based on a world that's based on an MMO. But that's it. So Sword Art Online comes out on October 1st, which is out now. Now, next, we are going to be moving over to Kill Knight, which is coming out on October 2nd. This one will be costing only $14.99. It is an indie action game. I think it looks like it has some very nice potential. The character has some blasphemous look to it. Looking action-packed, looking pretty good. Not sure why it wasn't giving me like full screen there, but... Like the visual art style, the darkness to it gives me, like I said, like blasphemous vibes. But the gameplay, twin stick shooter, looks tons of fun. It does look very challenging, however, so I would keep that on, in mind before jumping in if you are new to twin stick shooters. To me, the gameplay looks like it's going to be fairly challenging. It does almost look like arena style, boss rush style, but it looks too slow. I don't know. That looked slow to you. To me, it looked fairly fast-paced. But I know you're probably just being sarcastic. But I do think this was a good one to keep out. $14.99 feels like a good price for this kind of game as well. So I do feel that this game has a ton of potential. It's priced right. It has some nice potential. Next, we are moving on to, I think it is October 3rd. And this is going to be my little indie surprise of the week. It could be good, it could be bad, but I feel that it's going to have a little bit of potential. It might just be a very short game. It is called Dawngrown. It is only $5.99, releasing on October 3rd. Awesome cutesy art style. However, it looks like it might have some really fun gameplay, and it is a very low risk, potentially nice high reward. I'm willing to give this one a shot. You know what I mean? It's cutesy, it's fun, it looks like a laid-back little adventure. They are specifying that it is a small, short adventure, so I am maybe worried that it could be very short, but at the same time, it has that cutesy appeal that if it has enough for $5.99, it might deliver on a satisfying budget experience for this week. I love the art style. It just really is all gonna depend on, can the gameplay deliver? Sorry about hitting the microphone there. Can the gameplay deliver for Dawngrown? Okay, now moving on to our next game. This is actually going to be one that I'm looking forward to because I'm a huge fan of Spongebob Squarepants. Spongebob Squarepants, the Patrick Star game. Now, I am worried about performance on the Switch because this developer and previous Spongebob games have had certain performance issues on the Switch. So if this one lines up in the same direction, we could be looking at some frame rate issues and the sort. But still, I do think that this game has some potential. It is coming out on October 4th, and the game is going to be selling for $39.99. It is a little bit expensive for the kind of game it is, but still, it could be a fun time nonetheless. Yeah, Pumpkin Jack is on sale. Pumpkin Jack is like $6.79, something like that.
Bikini Bottom. No storms or other natural disasters in sight. There's nothing and no one its happy citizens should worry about.
Good morning!
Well, maybe there is someone.
Pumpkin Jack is really good.
Whoa. Let's go! Excuse me, coming through!
Wow! Awesome job!
Sorry, can't stop! Whoa!
Yeah, it's Sunshine Manor.
Oh, come on! Better out than in.
Smashing, young man!
Nifty!
Come on!
What are you doing, lad? Yay! Oh, for me? This is Patrick.
I really wonder if they pulled these graphics from the Switch. If they pull those graphics from the Switch, that means that this is probably going to be the best running game in the SpongeBob series. And you know what? It could be because it really looks like they took the exact engine and framework that they did from the last SpongeBob game and they put Patrick Star in it. So maybe by doing that, they kept the framework and they managed to work out the glitches. But definitely a great game. I played Another Crab's Treasure on stream, NDJ. I did play Another Crab's Treasure. It is really fun. I played it on stream. I just was a little bit disappointed with the performance on Switch when you use it in handheld mode. I have to try it again to see if they fixed it. But Another Crab's Treasure actually plays really decent on dock mode on Switch when I tried it. But if you take it in handheld mode, it actually runs like 50% shittier in handheld mode. But yes, so Patrick Star, the game, I think is going to be a fun 3D platformer nonetheless. I think the Spongebob games, the latest ones, have all delivered pretty decent. So honestly, if you're looking for a fun 3D platformer, if you're a fan of SpongeBob, I think it's one to keep a lookout for. Next, we have one that I am on the fence about, and that is Skautfold Into the Fray, which is the third game in the series. I'll be honest, I haven't played the first two, and I realize that they are on Switch and they are pretty often on sale and cheap. I just have not played Skautfold 1 or 2, and after seeing the trailer, I'm sort of interested in trying the first ones. From what I can see, they seem to be decent games, although they don't seem to be like amazing games. But the third one looks interesting enough. So let's take a look at the trailer. I'm interested to see what you guys think about what we're seeing. And has anyone played maybe the first games in the series and can give me like some insight on them? So like I said, this one I'm sort of on the fence about. Because the gameplay looked a bit stiff to me. But at the same time, the art style looks super interesting. The music was cool as well. I'm just wondering if anyone's played the first ones in the series. That's what I'm wondering, because I've seen, I checked quickly online when I was checking out the games for this week, and the reviews are really mixed to the point where I really can't, like, just from reviews come up with an idea. Is this a thing where when it released it was bad, but then like if you played later on it got like they fixed bugs or stuff? But I think it's one to keep an eye on. It's releasing on October 4th. It'll be selling for $14.99, this one. There's currently a discount bringing it down to $11.99, but I do feel that is too expensive to take a chance on. So yes, as some people are saying in the chat, I would definitely wait for a review. Unfortunately, I don't think I will have time to review this one. What I might do is try one of the cheaper ones, like just for a half hour, 45 minutes in a sort of eShop deals format. But I won't have time to do a full review on this one because, like I said, I'm still working on Echoes of Wisdom and Plucky Squire, and I still have 3 other reviews that I have to write and put out in the meantime, with Iron Meats coming out tomorrow morning. So like I'm packed this week, as well as Deals video. I'm aiming on Wednesday. I want to get back to the 2 deal videos a week consistently. So Wednesday or Thursday, I'm going to aim for the deals video. Okay. And we have one last game for this week. So that was Skautfold Into the Fray, which is theoretically the 3rd game in the series. And this is one game. It is a retro game that I know nothing about, which is very rare. And I don't know if it's a original retro game. I'd honestly have to look it up. I didn't take time to look it up, but it is Zero, the Kamikaze Squirrel, which is actually a protagonist, an antagonist from the Arrow the Acrobat series that apparently has its own game. So It's a retro like platformer in the style of Arrow the Acrobat, and since we covered Arrow 1 and 2, I was like, I have to cover Zero the Kamikaze Squirrel, but I don't remember ever seeing this game back in the day. So I'm going to check if it's maybe like a new one that they made. But it feels like it has a lot of the same physics and feelings that Arrow had. I'm getting like Earthworm Jim vibes from this one. So I do think this one is a one to keep an eye out, especially that it's releasing for only $5.99, like the Arrow the Acrobat games were. And like I said, he's supposed to be an antagonist from the Arrow series. So honestly, if you're into retro gaming, I think this is a one to keep on your radar. I would have liked to check. Topaz, can you stop throwing my Joy-Cons on the ground? On top of it, it's like my special Zelda editions that she keeps throwing them on the ground. It's like starting to annoy me because if she breaks those, I'd be very, very sad. But yeah. Topaz, use throw. Yeah, she's not listening. She left. But yeah, so Zero, the Kamikaze Squirrel, is going to be, I think, another one to check out for this week, possibly if you're into retro gaming. But, you know, if we look back at the standouts, I do think that Spongebob and Kill Knight will probably be the standouts, with Dawngrown, if it can pull out some nice gameplay, being a third. The others, Sword Art Online, to me, just feels too expensive. But nonetheless, these are the Switch games I think to look out for this week. A little bit of a quiet week before we get hit with some massive releases.